Hey everybody, this is a grumpy old guy gaming, and as you can see we are back with some more Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap, or as it said there, Monster World 2. Now, last time we started out a new game and we got all the way up to Piranha Man. This time we're just going to go ahead and continue here, so I'm going to choose the continue option, and I'm going to be reading off this password that I wrote down. It's sitting right on my desk here, has not left since the last time I uploaded. If you have access to this game and want to go ahead and use these passwords, by all means go ahead and do so. Happy to help you out in your gaming in any way I reasonably can. Later, sometime down the road, I do plan on doing a bit more with this game, because it's one of my favorites of all time and it's my channel and I get to do that. But there are a bunch of cool things I do want to show you. Now, as you can see, it's going to bring us back in here, and we're going to have just about everything we had previously, with one notable exception. That exception, of course, being that we don't have any potions. But there is something very important we do want to grab. So before we go any further, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do what seems like a bit of a counterproductive move here. Putting on the dragon mail, which will weaken us slightly. If you remember from the first upload, that'll give us the lizard man's immunity to lava though. And we're going to take a trip back to the very screen where we had got that. Now we know there's going to be a cloud guy coming, so we're going to go ahead and grab some arrows. Let the snake come to us. Ooh. Nice. Charm stone popped right out of that cloud. And we got our arrow back. And a +1. Picked up 2 gold there. Doing a bit more damage than our first run through, but we don't have the range we used to. See, our defense still a bit better than the Toads at this point. All the same, I'd rather not take too much unnecessary damage, because there are things that can mess us up pretty badly here. One of which is these guys, which is why I'm going ahead and letting him follow us a good way down the path there. That way we don't have to deal with both of these Cyclops at the same time. Pick up that heart there. Do hope you all appreciate what you're doing here. My wife's making mac and cheese and she just offered me the spoon to taste, but I'm recording, so recording I shall stay. So I just passed up on cheese sauce for y'all. Hope you're happy. Grab a couple fireballs there, and a third. Getting loaded with the fireballs. I really wish I'd use them. Now normally there's a fire antlion right in that spot. Let's see if I walk back and forward again if it'll materialize. There we go. Nope. Just isn't coming. See, it's one of these guys. Let's see if it's back there now. Yep, see? I don't know why it wasn't there at first. I'm not gonna argue. Normally you have to burn a tornado to get through it damage-free. It was one of those that actually dropped us the armor, which was a welcome thing for us. Meant we didn't have to charm and money up to get it. Go ahead under the lava balls it's throwing. And now we should be dealing with skeletons. Just gonna skip underneath here because we can. Dragon Mail gives us that. Important thing with the skeletons is to hit them before they start jumping all over the place like that. Now we're gonna stop in here. No real reason for us to be in here except for the fact that that chest will reset every time we re-enter the game. And you'll see here pretty soon, money is always at a premium, no matter how good you think you are off. Caught him on the jump up. Like that. That guy jumps to avoid us. Now here comes my least favorite tandem of enemies. The heads on these skeletons, separate from the bodies. You can see I'm just jumping wildly to make contact with the heads, simply so I don't get pushed halfway across the screen, which will happen if you get caught with the body or the head at the wrong time. Jumping past these statues. Best of my knowledge, those are the only unkillable foes in the game. Those stone heads. Get through here and we come to this tower. This is one of the more important structures in the game. As you can see, we're in a water area, so we're not getting past that high unless we've got Piranha Man to just swim over the wall. Now we'll go ahead and we've got a bunch of doors. One is completely sealed off by blocks. If we come to the other side here, we're now outside the water area, and we're now in the same problem. We can't go anywhere because the wall's too high. But this wall, right here, is made of mouse block. So let's go back into the other room and take this door up top, and it's going to take us to a magical changing room. That little platform there, aside from making the coolest sound that, you know, child me ever heard in a video game, lets you switch which character phase you're in. So I'm going to switch to the mouse here. Gonna pop back into this room. And let's take ourselves a run up the mouse block. Head up this way, jump over to this mouse block. Can't tell I've done this a couple times, huh? Drop straight down and, oh, look at that, we get a sword. It's a special sword, it's the Thunder Saber, and it attacks for 0. What good is a 0 attack sword, you may say? Go ahead, say it. I'll wait. Okay, so it doesn't do a ton of damage, but what it does do is allow you to break those blocks. And before you're worried about having to carry around a 0 attack sword to do it, all you have to have is the Thunder Saber in your inventory, and just about every other sword will then be capable of breaking said blocks. So that was our big secret. That was the big thing we had to come here for. You see, we're just loading up on items here before checking out this door at the bottom, which is going to return us back to town, and meaning we don't have to fight through all that scary stuff on the other side. This also opens up a lot of new areas to us. So let's go ahead down here where there was some mouse block allowing us to cut in. See a set of blocks there, we'll get to those later. Block there we'll get to later. Right now we want to go into this pipe here. It's going to drop us down to a door. Going in that door will drop us out of the door on the opposite end of the screen and give us a little mouse block maze to scurry our way through. See, we cut a lot quicker on these blocks when attached to the mouse block too. So I'm going to go ahead and attach myself there. Get through, and there's this block here at the bottom. Gonna open up a special room. And in here we're going to grab another sword. This time, we grab the magical saber. It's got a little attack to it. Where the Thunder Saber destroyed blocks, the Magical Saber, and only the Magical Saber, creates them. So we'll make ourselves a nice little staircase there and get out. Gonna go ahead, get our power stuff back on, get our dancing shield back. Our Shogun Lamellar. Actually, we don't want the dancing shield at this point. We want to come in here, check out some of the other fun things we can do. Turns out there's been a changing room in this little well room this whole time. So let's go ahead and grab the Lizard Man, just because this is fun. He can break blocks with his head. And why not, huh? Can't do it with his breath, but he can do it with his head. So before we go too much further, got a couple more areas to check out. First thing we're going to do is head up back into the desert. Probably sick of seeing all this stuff by now. But we're going to keep going ahead and giving it the old college try, you know? See the red snakes again, just jumping up and down. I think we actually want to change shields here, don't we? Yeah, dancing shield's sort of specific to Mouse Man, as far as its actual protection powers. Now, since we're going left, there's no need to worry about lava. Only bad thing about Piranha Man is he's got to jump to hit those taller plants. You know what? I'm going to drop down right here. Before I do that, though, let's go ahead and just try a fireball. I think that'll work. Mistimed my drop for that bag of money. That was poor timing on my part. But you can see we got the job done. And we're in this underwater area. Just full of fish and crabs. I can't remember if I fell down here on accident in the first upload or not. I think I made reference to it even if I didn't fall into it. I just wanted to show you, beyond this screen, you've got a screen with green fish. See, that one got the whole way out of the water. Just having the damnedest time hitting the thing, aren't I? Well, at least it gave me a heart back. Also loved that one in younger days. You could just sit there and suspend yourself in air by attacking over and over again. Or take the slow fall with the sword pointed out. Ha. Killed the fish out of water. So we make our way over to this room here. Got a chest, and inside, it's not going to be a ton of money. But, again, every little bit helps, and we get some more fireballs. Charm stone's nice, and finally a potion. We've been running without a potion this whole time. Glad we were able to rectify that situation before it got hairy. Let's go ahead and kill this fish on principle. And then take this little spot up. That'll take us right out there. Don't think we have quite the elevation necessary to jump up and shoot it, so arrow at point blank range. Yeah, maybe just enough. Piranha Man in particular is kind of vexing for me. I think on a perfect jump, yeah, there's just enough room to do that on a perfect jump. I thought we lucked out there. I thought he was going to leave us alone. Get ourselves a little distance. Finally got him. Now, as you can see, we're going to skip. We're going to go ahead and skip the pyramid for now. Go back all the way to the other side here. And if you remember, there was this room. And this is where we got our third heart. We're going to pop in. Obviously that chest is empty now. But we've got these breakable blocks here. And down below it is a big giant treasure room. Now every time you walk in, you can open a different chest. These, like that chest in the lava area, will reset every time you rejoin the game. But each one's gonna have a series of different things in it. So we opened the first one, it gave us coins. Second one gives us bags of money, and it's gonna be 8 of everything you get, okay? So just keep in mind, every chest is going to give you 8 items. So we've got coins, we've got bags of money. Third chest here will give us fireballs. Come back for number 4 here in a sec. My biggest difficulty with this room is keeping track of which one I'm doing. Let's jump over 1, 2, 3. And it's important to jump over because, again, when you walk into the chest, it opens. There's no open button, so. Up over 3,000 gold now, going to chest 5. Jumping 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that gives us arrows, probably my most important one because I use the arrows more than any other item. Here comes chest 6. I just did chest 5. See, chest 6 gives us boomerangs. Sorry, my son's sitting there trying to keep track for me. This has been the most distracted I've been on commentary in a while. I do apologize for that. Chest 7's giving us the lightning bolts. And the final chest here is going to give us charm stones. Now, if you've played the remake of this game, see potion number 2 there comes as well, you're going to say, none of this looks quite right, and you would be correct in that assumption. Because the remake they did alter a couple things. 99% of the game, the nuts and bolts are identical. They just built on the existing game's frame rate, which is awesome. Not frame rate. The existing game's frame, its skeleton. Sorry, I'm not trying to talk technical here, I'm just a little tongue-tied. But there were some differences they did, some quality of life improvements. Kinda got lost there as I was excusing my poor speech. Like I said, I'm a bit distracted today, and I do apologize. Okay, we do have the arrows up, and we have a good amount of them, too. Saw there 16, now 15. About to be 14. Because I am not suffering clouds. Jump over there. And this is an area we completely skipped the first time through because we were underwater. Make a nice safety run there. Always wait for that little pause in the red ant lions. Terrible jump by me. If you ever want a treat, watch anybody speedrun this game who's capable of doing so, by the way. This game is a fantastic game to watch in a speedrun. I'm not that person. I enjoy playing the game and I like to consider myself on the better side of average. But I'm not the 100% no damage guy and I'm not the speedrun guy. That said, we have got quite a bit of gold here and we've got the Thunder Saber. So the next spot we're going to go is actually down into this well here. And I know what you're thinking, we're heading back to the islands. We will be, but first, let's pop up here. See a staircase. Take that up. Got a room here. Inside that room is a chest. And that's going to give us a bunch more money. Always happy to take the money, up over 3,500 now. Get back to the islands, take the door back in. Gonna hop down the pipe again. This time we're gonna swim right up here and jump out. Take our staircase again, and this time we're gonna cut it up. Grab a charm stone there, and we've got a shop to check out. The shop's going to offer us the lucky sword and the samurai armor. We'll go ahead and buy those. The lucky sword. Give us a little bit of an attack increase. Samurai armor, a big defensive upgrade over the Shogun Lamellar, which doesn't seem quite right, as a Shogun would be a bit higher ranking than a samurai. But I guess that would also be more of an advisory position, more of a field general than an frontline battler like a typical samurai would be. But either way, we've got the samurai armor and the lucky sword, and the lucky sword's going to increase the gold we get. Coins will drop for much higher value, and there's a higher chance of getting bags of money instead of coins as well. Another thing we'll pick up just inside the island area itself is the Aqua Shield, which is the shield specific to Piranha Man. Let's actually queue up the shields here. And you'll see it's right below the dancing shield. And that's going to give us 132 defense, and that's about as good as we could hope for at this point defensively. Unless we sat there and like ground for a ton of coins, we could conceivably get the crystal armor using Mouse Man. That's not where we're at right now, though. go head back this way. I promise you we will be accomplishing something here soon. Haven't really accomplished all that much as of yet. Drop in this door here. There's a chest. And since we've got the lucky sword, we're going to get a lot of pretty high value coins there. Not too much else to check out on this side, so we're just going to kill these couple monsters right at the beginning, if this fish would ever let us. Wow. Got the old lead thumb today, don't I? You could see that squid there just dropped it. That octopus, squid, whatever you want to call it, just dropped us a bag of gold. So again, approaching 2,000 gold here. So nice to know that if we come up a little short on that jump, we're covered. Suppose there are two more things I wanted to get to here before progressing. Gonna grab the mouse for these. First of which, if you remember, there's one more chest that I can grab with him out of a hidden room. And it's going to be just past those two boards with the clouds. I held off on it on purpose there because I knew I'd be getting the lucky sword. Ha, made that through perfect. Just race that fireball out of there. If you remember, if we go up this way, get stuck on the mouse block, and we come right up through the left side here, it'll pop us up next to this chest. And now this is paying us all kinds of crazy money. Now we'll race back, which is far easier in actuality because those clouds that chase us the entire way from right to left only pop up at the very end of the screen now and really aren't a threat in the least. What is a threat is me just making terrible jumps and hitting into these fuzz balls, I believe they're called in the bestiary. Let's go ahead and check out this shop here. We have a Knight Shield and Prince Armor, both of which are on the yikes kind of expensive side. Let's go ahead and grab the Prince Armor first. Nice little increase in defense. Big increase in charm as the mouse man. We've got 162 charm points. Now before we go too much further, because we could use just a skosh more money, let's make one more trip to the desert. And again, above us is the crystal set, and that's more expensive than it needs to be. It's an amazing set statistically, and if I wasn't playing this for the purpose of uploads, you'd bet that I'd be sitting there just grinding for gold all day for it. But time is somewhat of the essence. I'm sure this upload's already taking forever. Feels doubly so because this is the second upload I'm recording today. I could have just ran right under that one too. But again, we're in this to get money, and you're not going to get money from not killing things. Plus, there's a chance you get a bag of gold out of it. Who's going to argue with a 25 gold bag for killing a sunflower? Ouch. Pick up another heart there. Interesting. That time the fireball just didn't spawn on that one throw. Was a bit more patient than usual there, and it rewarded me. See, we can run safely right under those. Weird thing about our mouse friend. Oof, just missed. Apologies, had to pause there for a phone call. Resuming now. And like all good times for the phone to ring, I was being chased by a giant cloud. So this time we're going to go in and actually make our way up. I had started doing this earlier and then realized I was still the Piranha Man, and that wouldn't actually help me. So what I should have done from the beginning is just bin the mouse. That would have helped. Now we're not going to go through all of this craziness, and we're not going to go fight that guy. We're just going to sneak back into this little side door here. Grab the chest, which of course is refilled in our time away, and is now full of bags of coins because we've got the lucky sword, getting our most gold out of it possible. Up to 1900. Return back to town and buy our shield. All just sort of future-proofing. Buy the Knight's Shield. Because the Knight's Shield is a nice shield. Now it's time to get fishy and get back in. Swimming back down. Probably sick of me seeing me do that by now. Gonna come back underwater here. This is that very first area where we had gotten the aqua shield. Take a moment to get our timing back in sync because we sort of fell out there. Or so these crabs are reminding us by using us as a volleyball. Fortunately, we do have a ridiculous amount of armor at this point. The question is, what's better for us, the Night Shield or the Aqua Shield? Night Shield's slightly better, even than the specific Aqua Shield. I know what you're saying. It was a waste of money to even get the Aqua Shield at this point. And you know what? You're right. But we got it. And that's all that counts at this point. Gonna drop down under that area. That's normally where we'd spring back up. And now we've got all sorts of blue octopi. Octopuses, octopi, octopieces, whatever you want to call them. I'm not gonna judge. Kill those little volcano monsters too. Sneak under, then sneak back to grab my money. Of which we are once again getting a handsome amount, thanks to the lucky sword. Got a couple blocks to swim past here, and we're gonna head up. Now it is important to note that to our left here is a door. And inside this door is another place to come heal, one of the nurse rooms. Fortunately, we're at full health, so we don't need to spend some time or money there. Just taking out all these monsters on our way, and you could see that door. That shipwreck was, the underside's visible from above ground before we got to that last room in the island area. That door is our dungeon entrance, but we're not going to go in it right now. We're actually going to go down this pipe here for our 15th aimless side quest of the day. Slide through those 4 blocks, nice and easy. Have ourselves a bit of a fish fry here. Then we've got one more door to go in. And this door is going to take us into a chest room. Open the chest, and there is heart number 5. That should do us fairly well. Sitting here just shy of 1500 gold. Gonna clear that more than ably before we get to the dungeon, I would think. One of these guys has got to drop money. See? Told you he would. And another charm stone. Almost had it. I let go of the direction button a little early. Lost a bit more momentum than I should have. Otherwise, I would have made it through there twice without taking damage. Take those guys out, and into the dungeon we go. See, we'll have these ghosts popping up when we're in close proximity. Red ones are just annoying. We've got our little smiley face guys with hats, too. This time, they don't have anything on them. Don't have to stop and take that guy out, but he annoyed me, so he had it coming. Green ghosts are going to start spitting fire at us. They're also going to be taking 2 hits a pop. Just let the blocks do the work for us, because again, I'm not a speedruns guy. Cyclopses are never fun to face, especially not with the green ghosts popping up intermittently around them. This is where the boomerang strategy starts getting employed again for, you know, a lot of people, especially the speedrunners, who again, no shortage of time saying this. This game is a treat to watch run ably. Almost lost that coin there. Careless jump of mine. And up over. Got some octopi just hanging out on barrels here. Perfectly normal. Of course, in all fairness, we're an anthropomorphic fish with a shield. So I guess normalcy is sort of taking a vacation. Get a big heart there. Now here comes one of my least favorite screens in the game. Just gonna try and keep my health up as much as possible. Because you can see, we're running into blue ghosts now, and the thing about blue ghosts is their fire doesn't have a particular range, it'll run the whole way across the screen. That makes it very difficult when dealing with things like these Cyclopses. Which is why I intentionally baited that one over. Now got 3 potions. Pick up some money there. Some serious money. 44 gold. Got a heart there. Couldn't have asked for more. I think the dragon's room is up next. Remember how I said that the fish has to jump really... It's got the worst jump in the game, does the piranha, man. And this is probably my least favorite of the combats. My fingers just do not work well at all on this one. There we go. Finally got a hit in. See, I missed there. And any time you miss is a bad time to miss. But hey, we do have him down to 72. For what it's worth. He's kind of kicking our tail, though. Oof. That was just an awful jump. Wow. Don't even know how that missed. Really not sure how I missed there either. Oh, I hit the button and it didn't take. Bad time to be me, folks. Well, we've got him down to 40. Our first potion kicks in and heals us couple hearts. Another near miss there. Inexplicably missing on that one. There we were just out of range. That's a heartbreaker. Finally got 2 hits in a row. He's down to 16. Can we do it, folks? He's at 8. Wild swing there. Don't pull the trigger on that shot. He's at 4. Had a chance right there in the middle. And we do it. Captain Dragon is down. And once again, we've got the lucky sword. Failed to pick up as much gold as we could have, but we're up over 2,000 again. That's not too bad. Pops us back up above to the underside of the shipwreck there. Gonna deal with that cloud. Got that room there. Before going too much further. Got Goblin Mail at 180 and the Master Shield at 1980. The Goblin Mail we could skip. That was armor that could have helped us as the Lizard Man, but we never bought it, and quite frankly at this point we don't need it. The Master Shield is kind of necessary for us, because it's going to up our defense from 156 points all the way to 191. Now this door here is just going to return us back to town. Before we go too much further. You know what? Gonna hold off on that for... No, we better go ahead and use it. I forgot that the game's not automatically going to heal you. We'll lose our potions, but you won't keep your health. One last thing I want to do here before we call this video a wrap. Break our way down. See a room full of blocks. Grab some more money. And heart number 6. So we've got about 190 gold. And we're going to leave it there for now. Just going to go ahead back. Hit my head off those bricks. This door is just going to return us back to town, and we're going to grab our password and call this session 2 on Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap. So there's the password. Gonna write it down real quick, and to cover time for me grabbing a writing utensil and going ahead through the process of writing it, I'm just gonna stammer a bit and read it off to you. It is HTLW VNR F9WJ A7V. Hopefully you're enjoying this as much as I'm enjoying playing it. This has been a grumpy old guy gaming with some Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap. Tune in next time and you'll see us battle as Lion Man and Hawk Man and possibly finish the game. We'll see. Take care and we'll see you in the next.